Alrighty, good evening. Welcome to the BNR Truck Series at Pocono. Yeah, I made an oopsie. I came in as a driver instead of coming in as watch. But as we'll get ready to grid up here, we'll go over the starting grid here. So, starting P1 will be Jacob Carter. P2 will be Zach Rongich. P3 will be Brandon Moore. P4 will be John Held. P5 will be Nick Rader. P6 will be Richard Johns. P7 will be Justin Steves. P8 will be Josh Small. P9 will be Ernest King. P10 will be Dion Johnson. P11 will be Brianna. P12 will be Jaden. P13 will be Joe. P14 will be Randy. P15 will be Nick Smith. P16 will be Skylar Sigston. P17 will be Zach Deuscher. Myself is not here. P19 will be Philip. P20 will be Brian. So Jacob Carter will lead the field to green. So the only one locked in here tonight will be Zach Rongich with his win last week, which secures him into the round 3. What is going on, Ricky? Pocono. So, as the pace truck pulls off, Jacob Carter will lead the field to green. And there it is, the green flag is out as they set sail to go into turn 1. Rongich with a heck of a dive going in. Let's see how they do going through the tunnel turn, which is a tricky part here. As we come back here to Ernest King and Jaden Sanchez going at it. Randy is behind them. Like I said, Carter started on the pole. To his outside was Rongich. Old Dion. Where's he at? Oh, 8th. Okay. And he's got yellow 24 numbers. That's okay. On that truck. It's supposed to be blue. But anywho, it's all good. Oh, wait, never mind. He's got Training Pains Pro. Never mind. I'm wrong. Says here, Ernie tries to get to the quarter of the 78. It does not work here.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, alright, I'm having some problems with this before all that other good jazz comes along with that.
And now your headset's being a little janky.
Oh my goodness. How's that?
Uh, uh, it's alright right now. It should be good. Anywho.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, there you go. You're good.
It's clear. Alright, good. We'll leave it like that. Just gonna turn up the brightness. And we're like, good. Yep.
As Richard Johns, him and Carter had the fastest lap times in overall practice. Top 5 cars in qualifying. So, well, I forgot to do the race day information. That's alright.
Well, we could pull it up real quick right now.
So, you know, this is what everybody has here. Current track temps 99 degrees. It is 74 degrees outside, 64% humidity. Partly cloudy with a 4-mile-per-hour wind. They do have 50% fuel, would still be pitting every 15 laps.
That track temperature, holy cow, 99 degrees with the 74. Ooh, that is not too much of a wind. That 4 mile per hour, I don't think it'll make too big of a difference here. In total, they got 5 sets of tires. If you don't qualify, or, you know, if you just want to start on a fresh, completely sticker set of tires, the 60 laps is equaled out to 150 miles, like you said. So, and also, if you're constantly pushing it, you alluded to 15 laps, or about every 15 laps a pit stop you should see. You alluded to that, but it's going to be the ones who are hard charging or the ones who are leading, not really conserving. They're only going to get about say 13 to 14 laps, while the other ones who are just riding at the moment conserving are going to get 15. So that is definitely one to watch. So maybe lap 12 we should see the first wave of pit stops. Now with only getting 5 in total, 5 sets of tires, you know, you got to kind of play that into your card of or hand of cards that you were dealt here. So 60 laps, if you're going to be pitting about every, 12 to 15, then you might be able to do some type of strategy. Tires may not mean a whole lot here. They could be because of how hot the track is at the moment. I would imagine it's about pretty tight conditions, but also still a bit slick on the exit, I could imagine.
Oh, yeah. And yes, Ricky, it was very hot in Texas. I had a buddy there. He says it was brutal. So, oh, yeah.
Oh, did Austin go to the race?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I was wondering. I was going to message him and ask him if he went. I figured he did since, it was Texas. But I hope he had a swell time. It was a long race for it to be what it was.
So far, so good here. Now that I said
7
that, now
laps
we'll... Oh yeah, I believe it. People were going down for heat-related injuries. That's called dehydration. You keep drinking all that beer. Right on, Ricky. Oh yeah, hope you had a good time there at Texas. As you see there, Dion and Brianna duking it out back there for that P10. As Jaden and Ernie here. Just cruising.
Now, what you
Smalls.
irrelevantly did here tonight is made this race the actual length of a truck race at Pocono. So they are literally going the distance. Normally, if I'm not mistaken, though, this race normally should take about about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, maybe 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
If it takes 2 hours, then that means we had way too many cautions. But that's whenever it shall turn into I-pacing. Looks like the 2 and the 24, those teammates giving each other a push down the straightaway going into the tunnel turn. Not sure if that's Long Pond or if that is the front stretch. Can't remember which one is back stretch. Good line of trucks here. I'm not sure if John Held is kind of holding up the trucks behind him, or if they just can't get by him. Or I know Pocono can sometimes turn into a one-lane track or a one-lane race. That sometimes can be a big factor. It can be rough to pass.
Oh yeah, it can be.
Ernest looking to the inside of Josh Smalls as Smalls is trying to find a way around Held. That is 6th all the way down to 10th place. Even Dion, I believe, is coming. Yes, he is. So 11th place. Man, look at him, line to stern. Got a good, almost, if this was Formula One, that would be like a DRS train just to go in. But I like that simple, plain, white RKR Motorsports 24. Gets the point across. And the race leaders, by the way, they are just like this as well up there. And Richard Johns is in between these two packs. Looks like, and everybody's just kind of stabilized at the moment, except for Jacob Carter and Zachary Rongich, first and second. Carter is up on Rongich just about like glue. Brandon Moore, though, and Nick Brader is right there. If you thought the battle for 6th on down to 11th was something else, this one, the battle for the top 4 spots, is immense. Now, 2 seconds here at Pocono may not look like a lot, but as you saw before the camera started panning into the front 2, you could see that Richard Johns was basically coming towards, he was just about toward, he was almost in the restart zone. And the race leader was at the start-finish line. So that is a 2-second, that just kind of visualize that if you can. Or if you know, next time you can spot the restart zone. That is a good visualization. I think he's got a good distance back, but at the same time, he's losing ground to that front pack. This backpack not really gaining much on Johns. He's holding steady in the 5th position. Jacob Carter just looks to be just waiting, maybe wanting to pass him in the pits perhaps, as the first pit taker is Dion Johnson in the 78. That is the first pit taker coming at lap 12. So from lap 12 to 15, that is the expected pit window, and that indeed has occurred. So maybe this lap or the next lap, we should see front runners coming into pit.
Oh yeah.
Especially the top 4 here. I would expect them to be in this lap or the next. This is the tricky triangle. It is all 3 turns very different. And no, none of the top 4, it looks like, are coming down, neither Richard Johns. So possibly go 14, maybe go all the way to 15. I would almost be surprised. Now, you can pit here at Pocono and not lose a lap, surprisingly, Brian.
Yes, Will, that is very true. I mean, just because of how wide it is, I mean, the length of the track. So, you really won't lose that much time here. Um, so, whenever they pit, they'll probably come out like a couple of seconds ahead of the front pack. So, 3 turns here tonight, no turn 4.
Yeah, there is a good delta gap from basically if you have a decent. And we have a battle for the lead. Looks like Carter is going to the inside of Rongich. He is looking and taking that first position away. Rongich is coming around the outside. He's going to hopefully have some momentum. Brandon Moore may look to make it 3 wide here. No, he does not. He chooses to get somewhat behind the 20. Give him a bit of a beach ball push. And, Carter couldn't hold it down on the bottom. It looked like to get a run. He might have had to burp it a little bit. That's going to give Brandon Moore a run on the outside. I would suspect pitting could be this lap. We keep saying that, but it doesn't happen yet. But hey, anything is possible.
Nope, you're staying out.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Richard
They
John's
could be running her dry. Wow, okay, well at least somebody pitted on that lap. Wasn't a waste of air for nothing.
Skyler 16 came in.
Really like Jacob
Jaden
Carter's
Sanchez.
20 truck tonight. Looks really nice. Oh, he tries to get a good run on Brandon Moore, and he does. Oh, but he couldn't go nowhere with it. He chose not to. Wow. Instead, he gives him somewhat of a push with the air. And going into the tunnel turn here for the 15th time. Rongich has somewhat been in control of this race. He hasn't pulled away from no one by any means. And they all 4 coming in at the same time. Oh man, that garage building is blocking a tremendous view of getting onto pit road. But oh, Yeller. But man, I wouldn't be surprised if we got some speeders. But everybody coming in at basically lap 16. So running the tanks dry, a couple of these competitors are, and others are trying to play some strategy perhaps and slingshot farther ahead of the others.
Everybody's coming in.
Nick Rader having a problem on pit entry. Nick Rader stalled or something. I'm not quite sure. Nick Rader problems on the entry. That is, making some type of a mistake or that is just unfortunate to see for Nick. He normally runs good. He was running up in the top 4 before this pit sequence occurred, and then now down in the 17th position as it stands. Phillip gets 1 more lap than the rest, so maybe that was his strategy. I don't believe he qualified, so maybe he was just trying to conserve and get every single last ounce or drop out of that fuel cell tank. And looks like Rongich will take over the race lead, but Carter Moore right there with them. But man, I wish we could. I should probably maybe jump down, do some pit reporting. Oh, looks like Nick Rader has gotten out of pit road now. Man, that was awfully. Not sure what happened, but we could always assume and guesstimate, but till the cows come home. But Philip Bridgman looks to cycle out, I would imagine, in a roundabout 13th position at the moment. He definitely, him and Justin Steves should have the freshest of them all as far as tires go. They both basically, I think, it says Justin is still in the pits. Oh, I see the commitment line. Gotcha. 10-4 iRacer. Got me there. But yes, indeed, the 25 and 40, 88, my apologies. So used to that. I knew one day it'd get me. Anywho,
Josh
the
closing
88.
in. Where is the
Yes,
88?
indeed, on Dion. That is a great battle ensuing for sixth position. Look at the track position that the 78 gained by pitting at lap 12, and everybody else pitted at lap 16, 17, 15. So he undercutted and just pitted a little bit early, and maybe that's fine. That's okay. You know. I think, hey, there's 19 people in this field that started this race, that gritted up to race. I would look at it and say, hey, if I can't get a top 10 or a top 8, that's my goal. And maybe that's his goal, is to somehow try to be in the top 10 at the end of this. And that's really all you can ask for at the end of the day, when there is a competitive field at times, like these guys can be. So I would wish I knew or known what happened to Nick Rader. That very puzzling. Wish I knew. Jacob Carter, though.
Would you like to find out?
No. Like, why? Are you gonna like teleport me down there? Is that what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, do it.
Okay. Will's gonna be our import reporter. Anyway, the 20 of Jacob Carter, looking to run down wrong itch. As he's there by a quarter of a second off. Nick Rader is still hanging on strong in front of the pack. But Jacob Carter will close in and attempt to run back down wrong itch and all that other great stuff there. As you see Carter there by half a truck length to make the pass on wrong itch. Can't quite get there. And a pit road reporter is back. I was just about to move you up.
Hey, yeah, you should. I guess we should do like a timing thing next time. If I want to like go down somewhere and you could be like, all right, that's cool. I never thought about it like that before. Anyway, so Nick ran out of gas and he had to coast all the way down into his stall or at least find it. Apparently he ran out of gas right as they were coming through the corner, and it ran out on him coming out, and it just ran dry, that is. And so he had to coast all the way down the pits and ran out of gas. That is why he is so far down in 17th. Glad we know. Dion holding strong in 9th position at the moment in the top 10, like we mentioned earlier. Be consistent. Jacob Carter, though, ever so present. Got to put that T in there. On the back of the race leader, Zachary Rongich. Good battle going on, though. Ernest King and Brianna Lavin, the 24 and 71. As Jacob Carter, man, he can really attack the corner entry, but look at the 21 eat on the apex and corner exit. Man, he just hugs it and then he goes. Let's see if Carter drives it in super deep in turn 1. I believe he's going to have a feeling that he does.
I got this feeling. Oh. Yeah, see, Jacob
Oh, he
Carter
dropped.
hits that
Oh, he
apex
dropped.
right.
Oh, he almost drove it in too deep, though. Almost went in a bit over, I would say over the limit, but he got a great run on the corner exit somehow or another in the tunnel turn. Rongich a bit twitchy on the entry, maybe because of how much Carter was up on the spoiler of that truck. Man, what a great battle going on.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
go back, have another rundown through the field. Uh, like we mentioned here, it's Rongich and Carter having a great battle. Brandon Moore falling a little bit off the pace. He's in third, though. He's just riding. Richard Johns having a great day at the moment, top five. Him and John Held. John Held side by side, and wow, he has moved up from being in sixth position to new skies, and he is in the top five in fourth position. Just got past Richard Johns, going down to sixth position. I need a sip of water real quick. That is Josh Smalls in that 13, just 11 seconds off the race lead. Now, we talked about a pit delta to the race leader and how long it takes you to travel down pit road, do whatever stop you're going to get, and then be on your merry way. I would say 11 seconds, maybe a little bit, bam, that you would come out just in front, maybe behind the race leader. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's where Dion was whenever he pitted. He was around 11 or 12 seconds off the pace, and he still came out on the lead lap. As Randy Koking has been the first to pit on this cycle of pit stops, I believe it is time again for those lovely pit stops occurring. But anyway, Ernest King in seventh place. He has pulled away and passed Breon 11 since last we spoke and saw. He is trying to charge up to the top five. Breon 11, we know that once they get into the top 10, they really try to hold on to those positions. They always seem to be I would say either a very consistent or maybe just you gotta just let the cards lie sometimes. But Zach Deutscher, he started him and Philip Bridgman, I guess you could say, are going to be teammates the rest of the season. He is they're going to be like sharing paint schemes and whatnot, helping each other out as well. In that one truck in the 9th position. Then Dion back here with all the bold strategy and also Mr. Consistent, I would say, Dion. He may not get up in the top 3, but sometimes he gets, 8th or 9th or 10th. That's consistency. That always pays off in the long run. But who was that? That would, I guess that was, who was passing, that must have been Randy or somebody passing.
Dion's now making his pit stop.
Yes, it seems about scheduled for his. Well, can Brandon Moore gain any further ground on Carter and Rongich on this occasion of green flag cycle stops? We'll have to wait and see in about maybe 3 laps, maybe 4.
I think Carter's just cruising, to be honest with you. He ain't really going to push anything.
Like I said, he really can't attack the corner entry in. Sometimes he gets a good run out of turn 1, but he just kind of gets his line taken away from Rongich. And that's just racing. It's just part of it.
Oh yeah. And with these trucks, you get very tight in the draft. Carter's a lot better in the tunnel turns than Rongich.
Yeah, he really gets up to him in the short shoot in between 2 and 3. Really like the Ken Schrader Kodiak or Kodiak. However you pronounce that.
Kodak.
I believe that's a tobacco. Oh, he got really tight going into turn 1. I believe he missed his. I believe he missed his turn in for turn 1. He basically just kind of went a bit straighter than he should have, but still, Carter didn't have the momentum coming out of the corner to do anything about it.
Well, we're coming up to halfway to go, which is great. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm very surprised we haven't had a caution. I was expecting some very chaotic things to happen on the initial start, but everybody got through the tunnel turn on the first lap, very surprisingly, and then they got spread out, and we have seen some really great racing. You what?
Richard Johns is in the pits, and then
okay.
Yep, and then Brianna. Oh, there they all come. Bree, Skylar, and Jaden.
Yes, this is.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
These are the people that pitted right before the lead pack did. So Jacob Carter still got another good run off of turn 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, 3 different distinct corners.
All
one
different.
Corner.
They all ain't even.
Yep. One was focused off the Milwaukee Mile. One was focused off of Indianapolis. And if I'm not mistaken, the other was focused off of Darlington. So 3 distinct different corners. And then you got, oh, here we go. We got the leaders coming in. And man, that built. Can we get a view from the other side instead of the infield view whenever they're going to be coming into pit? Because man, that building, I wish I could like Superman blow it up or something. It just blocks these beautiful race machines. You can see the pit crews going to work, jacking up the trucks. Just imagine pit crew members out there jacking up the truck. We don't get to see it, unfortunately, but we get to see the animation of the trucks being lifted. And, oh, man, it cut away to, oh, man, we were going to see the battle out of pit road, but instead iRacing or the camera software was like, not today. So Rongich is losing positions hand over fist. He is down into 12th position.
Oh, he got caught speeding, I believe.
It's, oh man.
I mean, I can move you down there. I'll give you a 2-minute time clock.
2 minutes? That is long.
All right.
Give me like 30 seconds.
Okay. All right, we'll send you down there. You can figure out what happened, and we'll get you back. So as you see here, Brianna 11 and Richard Johns, when they pitted, came out very good. That will cost Rongich some time, and definitely will. Welcome back.
All right. It was a speeding penalty for Rongich. It was very unfortunate. He definitely, it's quite understandable. He thought the line was, as far as the iRacing commitment line, was a bit further in the pit road entry. and he was mistaken. As we saw, Philip Bridgman finally bringing his truck into pit. I do believe the goal tonight for I'm trying to remember what the name of Ryan and Phillips race team was from about 6 years ago. Give me about 2 months and I'll probably remember it. But anyway, so their goal tonight is a top 10, but I think Zach Deutscher might be able to get a top 10 out of it tonight. But Philip, on the other hand, this strategy might be a bit questionable, Brian.
So a little inside scoop here, Will. There have been 4 speeding penalties so far in this race, and it is 2 by the same driver.
Oh man.
Oh, there we go. My thing's glitching out. That is for sure. Ay, ay, ay. So, Zach is the first one. Joe is 1. Brian has 2. Oh, and make that 2 for Joe.
Yeah, let's not do pit reporting no more.
No?
No, it's not welcomed, I don't believe. Anyway, Jacob Carter now in control of this. It's well, it just it seemed a bit frowned upon unless maybe something else occurs with a different team. Yeah. 10-4 there. Mr. Producer. No, I thought it was a great idea, but nope, let's scrap that. Brandon Moore, though, right on the heels now of Jacob Carter. He did gain a ton of ground somehow or another on the 20 machine of Carter. 25 laps to go. And we're going to have to see another pit stop here, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 2 more pit stops. Depending on who you are, we might see 2. But man, Brandon Moore now and Jacob Carter, they got an 8-second gap back to John Held in 3rd place. Richard Johns is in 4th. Zach Deutscher is in 5th. Brianna Lavin, 6th position. Dion Johnson having a fantastic top 10 run tonight in 7th. He just got overtaken by Josh Smalls, who now sets in 7th. So basically reverse that order. And now you got Ernest King in 9th place. Jaden Sanchez in 10th. Randy Koken in that 48 is in 11th place, Brian. Knocking on the door of the top 10. He's knocking. He's trying. He's about 4 seconds back. I think he's on a bit similar strategy to Johnson's strategy. But he's
Brandon hit that apron. Oof. You don't want to do that. But, I mean, he's still there, so.
Yeah, if he would have went any lower, I think it would have went right around on him. We would have seen a first caution of the night, possibly. But, man, 2 excellent racers, in my opinion. I have raced with both of these gentlemen. Also, got the pleasure to meet them both. Oh, they both kind of kissed the wall a little bit. Would you look at that? But that doesn't stop neither one of them's forward momentum of progress. Yes, killing a moth. Anyway, Brandon Moore trying to get a run on Jacob Carter. Maybe he wants to wait to overtake him in the pits, Brian. Maybe he could try to overtake him on the pit stop. I always preferred, hey, if it's a track that's hard to pass at, and if it's someone who is harder to pass than, say, Ryan Newman or even myself. Uh, just wait to try to pass him on pit road. That is always a good place to try to do it if you can't do it on the track. You can see the track map. We do have some battles going on, but then some of them are just spread apart with different strategies and all of the good stuff that comes along with racing. Really tight spread. I would like to say, well, there was one. Where'd it go? Bridgman and Sigston. That kind of rhymed a little bit. 88 and 57. They're duking it out a little bit. It looks like they could be side by side. We could go back there and look at them for just a moment. And indeed, from the chopper cam, they are having a little brawl. Sigston trying to find a way around. Look at Coke, and he is coming into this battle. This is a bet. I think these two has gotten by Randy, actually, because Randy was 11th. So maybe that fall off that we do see. So Bridgman trying to run down Sanchez. That's about a 5-second gap. But I believe he's got somewhat better tires than Sanchez. You got to remember, Phillip keeps waiting to pit. I think that might hurt him on the very end of the race. Brian?
Yes. What happened?
What?
Oh.
I was just.
Oh, okay.
What happened?
No.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
nothing.
know. I heard you say my name. I'm like, yes.
I said
Yeah.
that might hurt him at the end of the race. Him keep pitting super late, being really, as we see Randy, see that, some of these guys are trying to go to where they only got to make one more stop. Randy's going to do too. So this is, it all depends on how you want to do your strategy, I suppose, how you try to do the math. Were you ever good in algebra, Brian?
No. No, sir. I didn't like algebra. I didn't really care for it.
Yeah, it's numbers and letters and parentheses. But as we see, Brandon Moore,
Your favorite.
there was a little bit of a gap. Now he is closing back in on Carter. They could be pitting in a lap or maybe 5.
These two pretty much got the pace set. So no mess ups from here. Hit your pit entries, hit your pit exits, and hope you don't mess up doing neither one of those. So as you see, Dion Johnson now making his scheduled pit. 4 laps short, so Dion's gonna have to come in at least one more time. We already know Randy is. So that will be that. So you do have Carter, Moore, Held, Johns, Deusser, Lavin, Small.
That big giant group back there that's got, like, on the track net coming through turn 3 right now, right behind Randy. Like RK, that's Randy Cogan, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, there's a bunch of dots all together.
Behind him is Richard.
Yeah, we should do
Brian
like a crank it
Schwartz.
up for a couple of laps.
Okay, that's fine. We can do
And
that.
like right on board for a couple of corners. Enjoy, everybody.
as we're back.
Yes, we are back and pit stops underway here at Pocono. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the nice camera angles and the sounds of these BNR Truck Series competitors out here tonight at Pocono. I mean, I can understand and seeing where Pocono can be a tricky place to get a speeding penalty. Brandon Moore can't get by on the pit stop. This should be the final pit stop of the evening for the front runners.
That's because if they get exactly 15 laps, that's gonna be.
If, yes, big if. Now, see, the thing here is Deutscher has to put in just enough fuel. He might be able to take no tires here. Maybe just rights, Brian. That could be a big key. Maybe Bridgman might do what?
I said that could be the big key for him to help him out for sure. Same thing with Bridgman.
Yes, they could do the same thing. I don't see why they shouldn't.
We'll see which strategy works out well. Deutscher had 11.5 seconds, so he took 4 tires and fuel.
I didn't get to see Bridgman's pit stop.
He's still out there on the track.
I thought he just... Okay.
That was Zach Deutscher that pitted.
Yes, he's in between the short chute.
Yes.
Going through turn 3 now. Zachary Rongich coming out of the pits with an 8.9 seconds, so just probably rights and gas, or maybe just gas.
Oof. I don't know. Well,
Phillip,
I think with Phillip staying out this late might possibly hurt him.
I probably would pit this lap for sure. This lap I'm pitting if I was Phil. I'm pretty sure Zach's going to pass Brianna, and he should get to Steve's. So Deutscher is going to get a top 5, I do believe, out of this night or this evening here at Pocono. Bridgman, you would suspect he would be pitting this lap.
Yes, he is.
So good call by the 88. Maybe, like I said, I think right sides and gas would just be the way to go, or maybe just gas, depending on what the tire fall off is. So, but right now, Jacob Carter and Brandon Moore back to those two first and second. John Held in third, 11 seconds now. Right now, Ernest King, Dion Johnson. This is 7th and 8th. Okay, so yeah, that's right. Steve's had to pit the same lap as Phillip. That's right. They were on this. Yep, my bad. I forgot about him.
Oh, yeah. But Deutscher, I think he's set up in the right place because I do think...
Well, Phillip comes out in between Sigston and Sanchez, so he should run down Sanchez, make his way into the top 10.
The S&S sandwich. Well, it's a great race so far. We've seen what everybody likes.
Unbelievably caution-free for about, what is this going to be, 50 laps just about to be ran caution-free. And this guy right here that's got 2 thumbs can't believe it. Brandon Moore just lurking at the moment. I don't know if they got enough gas, Brian. I don't know. But we do know for sure the ones that most certainly do have enough gas. And I would believe that might start with someone like Deutscher.
So
In that,
the ones, so from what I'm seeing here, the top three pitted on lap 45. So Brianna's pit came in on
yes.
44. So she's going to be
Mm-hmm.
short. Behind
Yep.
her is Deutscher
But
and King. They came in on
how
46.
it depends how hard Carter and Moore keep running, because now they put another second on the John Held pace, and Brianna is falling into the clutches of Deutscher, like I said.
Uh-oh. Bridgman's back in the pits. Something must have
Oh
occurred.
no, that is not good.
Mm.
That is a striking blow to a great strategy, a great run as well. Probably going to get 8th or 7th when it was all said and done. Oh man,
That's very upsetting. That is.
that is an arrow to the knee.
I wonder if he got caught speeding. I don't know.
Well, I would plug in my headset to the controller, but then plugging it back into the phone, I don't want it to spaz out.
No, you're good. I asked Myers.
I wish I had a second headset, or like a second cord. I guess you could say. I don't know how that would work.
44.9 seconds.
I've
Yeah,
got
it was
it.
probably a penalty.
I've got a second headset. I just need another cord for it, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Because the other cord had bent or broke her. I'd have to show you. Anyway.
I mean, we
So
do have.
there
We
you
could
see.
find out right here. Hold on, real quick. Let's find out.
It's all. No.
Tyler,
Don't.
what happened to Phil?
Speeding penalty.
That's what I thought.
Oh
All
my
right, sir,
lord.
thank you.
Sorry.
Whoops, I
Goodness.
moved into the wrong one.
Wow, Brian.
There you go. No, I wasn't bringing
See,
Phil in.
no, I know that. I was just saying, but our speculation was true. We didn't have to pull, race control out of their duty.
8 to go. Does Jacob or Brandon have enough to get to the end? That's what I'm worried about.
Yes, that's the biggest question of the night,
Now the
because I
sun
got
comes
told.
out.
Yeah, that's great. That's
A doozy.
all of a sudden it was a bit cloudy. Now it was bright. Let there be light. 7 laps to go with brightness. I got told stationary sitting on pit road. I got told 15.9.
So
But-
it should. I don't know.
But whenever you start giving it gas, Brian, going up through the gears, and then you get out there and you log in laps, and you are setting a pace like Jacob Carter and Brandon Moore, just think Nick Rader and Zachary Rongich would be up there with them if they would not have had the problems that they occurred. But, I mean, the pace that they are setting, do you truly think that they can go 15.9 laps when they pitted with 15 to go?
I don't know.
I do not.
I
Me
don't-
personally, with the pace that they have been setting, I don't know the lap times that they have been running, consistent, whatever, or if there has been fall off. I don't know the past 10 laps, but I don't believe that Jacob and Brandon are going to be able to make it.
No, I don't think they will. Josh Smalls is having a fantastic night.
Yes, he is a top 10 run, currently in 8th position.
As Dion's coming to run him down. So, I'm just interested to see if both of them can do it. Oof, yes, speeding will do it. Especially at Pocono. Pocono is a tricky one in the pits. There's a lot of penalties for the night for speeding. So,
I mean, it happens even in real life.
mm-hmm.
Pocono can be a tough pit lane. Just think NASCAR only started having a pit lane speed limit in, what year was it? 91? 1990?
Mm-hmm.
It was something like that. I'm trying to remember. 89? I am trying to remember now. I think it was 90.
So Brandon Moore fell off. So, well, no, he's back again. There he is. To a
Probably
1 point,
92.
a second off.
Yes, something has occurred to the 38 machine.
I think he's saving. There's Zach Deutscher
Could
and the
be.
Trailer Park Boys machine there.
Yes, indeed. Like I aforementioned, Zach
There's
and
Dion. Yeah.
Zach and Phillip are teammates for the rest of the season. As you aforementioned, Johnson's strategy that really turned out to bite him. Very unfortunate.
Carter ahead by a second, almost 2 seconds. Well, I'm worried that Carter might not have enough. I have a bad feeling that as soon as Carter
Hooked on a
hits that,
feeling.
yes, as soon as Carter
I can't
hits the
stop
tunnel turn
believing.
on the last lap, I do believe he could possibly run out of fuel. But yet again,
Maybe before the tunnel turn.
Mm-hmm.
3 laps to go.
Caution free, impressive.
Let's go up to the race leader, Brian,
Yes, sir. There you go.
just to see what transpires with Carter. As you can see, the 2.5 deficit behind. You can see the 38 when it pans out. Coming through the tunnel turn, turn 2 here at Pocono. Or no, my apologies. Straightaway, front stretch. Second, 2 laps to go.
Oof.
Brandon Moore slowly reeling
I'm kind of a little
in
bit
now.
nervous.
I think Carter has decided to save at the wrong time, Brian. Saving should have been done a long time ago. Saving should have been done whenever you came out of pit road. The
Or at
moment you
least-
left your pit stall. The
Yes.
moment you left, the moment the gas man released the fuel nozzle, you should have just been like, all right, I'm just going to sit here for an extra second, then go, or just whatever it could have taken to just get a little bit more out of that tank of fuel. But we are coming through turn 3 to get the white flag lap
Raider
here
ran
in the
out.
BNR. Oh, man. The 71, that is very heartbreaking to see. That's what we're going to see here. But coming to the white flag, Jacob Carter. Can Brandon Moore have enough to get by? He has backed off to save from Jacob Carter. The question is here on the final lap of this BNR Truck Series race at Pocono, who is going to do it? Is it going to be Carter? Is it going to be Moore? Is it going to be a non-playoff driver? Deutscher now up in the 4th position because Brianna ran out of fuel.
No, Nick Raider.
Well, no, Nick ran out of fuel earlier.
Oh.
In the
As Jacob comes to the final turn, Will.
Yes, he comes out of turn 3. It looks like he had enough fuel in the tank. Indeed, coming to the start-finish line to get the checkered flag. Jacob Carter wins here tonight. Man, what a masterful job. Everybody, it eventually turned into a 2-horse race. The Brandon Moore and Jacob Carter show that we have seen on a couple of occasions. Rongich and Raider, they just drove into some trouble of their own. And Yeah, the biggest thing of the night, in my opinion, is 60 laps here at Pocono. You guys, all the competitors that started and participated, 19 of you, did a full length uh, NASCAR sanctioned full length uh, truck race, and you did it caution free. Uh, well, I mean, sometimes you just got to do what you can to do your own strategy and hopefully find a way to beat them. That's all there is to it. Uh, as you get the official rundown here, good run by Zach Deutscher in the one, getting a top five. In the fourth position, John Held in the 72. Man, looked like he was struggling for a good while in that sixth position. He had a whole train. He was leading a whole train of trucks at one point in this race, and he has found himself on the final step of the podium in that third spot. Ernest King had almost a top five run in sixth position. Richard Johns, a notable look in seventh place. Josh Smalls finished eighth. That is a tremendous and epic run for Josh. Great to see him in the top 10. Skylar Sixton, ninth position. I kind of expected Skylar to be a little bit further up the field, Brian.
So did I, Will. Oh, there's a little oof going on down there. But anywho, we'll go ahead and talk
Yeah, there
to
was some
Carter real quick.
celebrating going on.
Carter.
I think they pushed Jacob to the front straightaway, and then
There we go.
I mean, you ran out of fuel, so you got pushed around on the final lap, and everybody's trying to help you celebrate. I love your paint scheme. I assume and believe you made that yourself, right?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Oh, I love the color, especially the white on the top, orange. I'm a big fan of orange, and the Haviline looks really good on it. And whatever that hood sponsor is, it matches really well with the orange. Good work on the truck, got to say that. There was a good breakaway, a 4-5 truck breakaway at the beginning of the race. You, Moore, Rongich, Raider, Johns, like, talk about that before the first green flag pit stop occurred.
Sorry, I'm still a little hung up.
Were
Anyway,
you guys trying to break away from the field?
so no,
It just occurred?
it just occurred. So me and Rongage and Brandon, we all was helping each other at first, and then Zach got a speeding penalty. So then it was just me and Brandon helping each other at that point, and we got enough of a gap that I started realizing, hey, we need to start saving some fuel. And so me and Brandon started saving. I guess at the end he was either going to try to pass me or he was just going to stay behind me. But all in all, like in traffic, the truck felt good. Out of traffic, the truck felt good. It was just amazing truck all the way around. So I can't thank anything enough for actually not running out of gas this time. And
Looked like you had a very great. You were able to attack the corners a little bit better than Rongich on a few occasions, but it seemed like once you could get the drive off the corner, it almost looked like Rongich would get in a defensive line and kind of block that run. Is that what he was doing, or do you guys do you not necessarily wanting to pass him? Because I noticed you were getting a run a couple of times, but it either stalled or something occurred to where you just didn't take it.
so the first run I got on him, like the first half of the race before he came into pit road, I was he wanted to go out there and put on a show. I was like, all right, you go ahead. I ain't gonna rough my stuff up just yet. And so he would get out there. I come back and just start, I guess, toying. Is that what they call it in NASCAR? Toying with them?
Trolling.
Trolling.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Yes, Jacob.
But he would get a run off, and then Brandon was like, "You still got him?" And then I go up on his bumper. I was like, "Yeah, I got him." And so it was just it's kind of like a mindset, like, "Hey, I'm not really gonna pass you, but I'm gonna mess with you." And then we came into pits, and I guess he was a little bit too fast, and not the first time, second time. Yeah.
I was surprised with the pace that you and Brandon were setting. That you guys were actually able to get a full 15 laps of gas out of your trucks. I was very surprised.
Yes, that was well, the first they said we was fine till the end. I didn't believe it because we pitted on lap 45.
Yes.
Yes. So 45 coming to 46, we was in the pits, and they was like, "Hey, we got this, blah blah blah," and I was like, "I don't know about it," because I was watching the gas hand go down as we was going. So I was kind of like, we ran roughly 15 laps. That's with Rongage in front. So I said, now we don't have draft. Brandon can make it because he's pulling off of me, and he can either, die out or whatever. So I was the sitting duck. So I had to start clutching in the corners about lap 5 to go. And that's what got me, was clutching in the corners.
10-4. Anything else you'd like to add about tonight's race? You guys went caution free tonight.
Caution free. Good job to everybody, and good job to y'all coming out here. And when it's not caution free, it's a fun race. And like Brian said, my weakness is cautions. So every time we get a caution, it resets the whole field, and kind of makes a mess out of me. But yeah, long runs, truck felt great. Short runs, truck felt great. And I can't be more happy. I finally got another win.
Yes, that propels you forward. Next week, where are we at next week, Brian?
Charlotte Road Course.
Oh, okay. Well, what's you just gonna hope to get maybe a top 10 or top 5 out of that, depending on how many people show up? Hopefully, a good amount.
Yeah. I'm gonna hope.
Just hope to keep it on the island and in between all the walls.
Keep it on the pavement. Yes.
Anything there you'd like to thank? Any sponsors? Any shout outs there, Jacob?
Thanks to Haviland and Chevron watching me put on a show. And
your wife.
By the way, my wife, blah blah blah. And it's not a sponsor, Will. If you would read, it says Happy Halloween. So I'm kind of getting ready for Happy Halloween. It's not a sponsor.
Yes.
So
it's about early for Halloween stuff, ain't it?
Why is it in Walmart?
Okay, Jake. Go win. You punch your ticket at round 3, which round 3 starts off at North Wilkesboro, so I do believe you should be alright.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, you advanced around now. Now you can just cruise. And
all right, all right. Bye, Jacob. We can get Brandon in here. Good night.
Bye. Love y'all.
Love you.
Brandon Moore.
I wanted to say bye to people.
What up, guys?
This is another one that's hard to say goodbye to. Brandon.
Well, don't say goodbye. Just say hello.
Oh, well, exactly. I was just, but we were.
Is it me you're looking for?
Yes, indeed. It was taking forever to get rid of Jacob. We were hanging on to him for too long. Anyway, Brandon, it just seemed like you were able to keep station with everybody who was in first. You were, you could be in second behind Rongich. You were there behind Carter forever after Rongich made his mistake. Just this race went caution free. So we saw a lot of green flag pit stops. Just tell us how hard it can be, especially when you think the commitment line is sooner than it is, but it can be later because at certain tracks, iRacing has it later than you think it should be.
Right.
So just explain how difficult that can be, Brandon.
It's pretty
After you,
difficult. Yeah, luckily for me, I had two people in front of me to kind of guide it and base
yes,
it off of.
Judge.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I did not see. I had an issue with my drivers trying to update earlier on, so I didn't get to practice hardly anything with pit road. So I was like, at least I got some markers, but it was fine for me. But yeah, we had a few people that sped a little bit. I think we had 7 speeders tonight, 8 speeders
Mm.
tonight, from what I hear,
Mm.
something like that. But I I don't try to gain a lot on entry. I try to be conservative because the amount that I gain's not gonna, you know, undo
Exactly.
the penalty that I may or may not get for speeding. So I try not to push that envelope.
Um, Explain how difficult it was to pass. It looked like tonight it was
Oh, it was
extremely
a
difficult.
nightmare. It was a nightmare. Dirty air just destroyed my whole life tonight. Dirty air, God. Like I was
It looked
so
like it,
tight. I was
and
so
it just
tight.
made you even more tighter.
Yeah, and then I'd keep a bubble half a second on Jacob,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd keep trying to have to push it harder and harder and harder,
Coming at
and
a
it would get
turn,
tighter and tighter and tighter, and then it would start shoving, and then the right fronts burn off, and then it's game over.
coming at a turn 3, I believe it was, Brandon. You were behind Jacob, I believe, and you both just barely kissed the wall.
Oh
If you
yeah,
can
yeah,
remember that. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I was like, man, oh man, that was like the lightest brush with the wall I've ever seen.
yeah. It was
Um,
some close stuff. We were both, pushing it, and I think we were pulling away from most of the
oh, you
people
were,
behind
you
us.
were.
We had some good pace, but yeah, there's
I was
just no way I
surprised
was
with
making that pass. There's no way.
Brandon. I said the same thing to Jacob. I was surprised. I heard that stationary on pit road, you got 15.9 in the tank. Stationary. That's what I heard from a couple of
Right,
drivers. So, but I know, once you give it gas, go up through the gears, you're at top speed, you're setting a pace, you're running consistent lap times, you're trying to,
right.
and you're going to get that fuel number down. And I was, I was thinking, well, 13, laps if you're hard
That's what I
charging.
was thinking.
I,
That's what I was
and
thinking. Yeah.
I, you guys came in, pitted, 15 to go, came out, and I was like, man, they made it. I was like shell shocked.
I
But
was too. I didn't think that was how it was going to go, to be honest. I thought, 13, 14, I thought we were going to be saving or pitting another time from the initials of the race. But as soon as we got that first, pit stop down, I was like, yeah, we'll be all right from there.
um, anything else you'd like to add about tonight's event, or maybe give some shout outs, Brandon?
Yeah,
Next
it's
week,
go ahead. I'm sorry.
uh, oh no, it's all good. You're used to me stopping there. I understand. I'm just carrying on tonight.
You're good.
Next week is the Roval, the Charlotte Roval, not the
Well,
Kansas Roval, but the Charlotte Roval. We could have done the Kansas Roval, but we didn't. Uh, it's the Charlotte Roval,
I
not
think we
our
should
doing.
just, say forget that and just go Suzuka. How about that?
Now see that's now see that's my type of mentality. But anyway, next week is the Roval. What do you think about that?
I like the
After
Roval. I like
yep.
any road course. I like road courses. I don't know. I've just driven a lot of road courses over the years, so it's anytime we get on one, I'm happy to see it. But that one specifically, I mean, it's just fun. I enjoy it. it's some of those quick little chicanes or S corners. I don't know what you call them. I don't know the names of all the corners, but I like
Right.
those. Those are fun because you have to really hit your marks good and get that good straight exit off. Get that good drive off. It's fun and it's a challenge. But as far as to conclude what I thought about tonight, I just tight, 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 but happy. Second. You can't be. Ain't nothing wrong with silver.
Hmm.
For 17 weeks, this is where you've been.
Yeah, nothing wrong with silver. We keep up there in the points. That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mr. Consistency.
Yep, we gotta stay consistent. I try to be. But as far as shout outs, congratulations to teammate there, Mr. Carter. He ran a good race, very fast. Want to thank all the spectators who come out, and I hope you all enjoyed the
Wait,
show.
hold
Go ahead.
on. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead. I'm used to it.
I gotta. Wow. I know I interrupted you a lot in person. Anyway, so you just said something that like months ago, like a couple of months ago, like what the heck? You and Jacob are teammates, but like you guys, what you said? You said my
Dude,
teammate Jacob.
dude, I don't
And
stay ill long.
well, no, like I get that, but like, oh my goodness, like you guys
We
went from
work
like man.
together. We work good together.
Oh, well, we worked together, but on that last lap, hey, Grandma, you're gone.
It's all right.
Anyway,
I don't
yes, go
stay ill.
back to giving your shout outs. I'm sorry. Go back.
Yeah,
I'm so.
I stay ill for a couple of days and then I'm good. But once you get me riled, I'm riled. You know how it is.
Yes. Oh, man.
But now where was I when I was interrupted there? Yeah, we did the congratulations. Now I gotta go through a checklist. So we did that. We thanked the fans. Oh, now we're to the broadcasters. Thank you and Brian for doing a fantastic job as usual. And then just hope we can take some momentum on and run good at the Roval. I'm looking forward to it. Should be a
doozy.
fun, interesting race. It should be a doozy. Should be fun. And is that the end of the round, or where are we at?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And then we'll be round of 4, 8.
Round of 8.
Round of 8. Okay. See, I don't even know where I'm at.
Yes, sir. Awesome job, bud. That is for sure. Always good to see you up here again for the past 17 weeks. So that's always good.
I try to be consistent. I know y'all expect me to be in here to have interesting conversations. So that's my goal. That's my motivation. My motivation is you all and having interesting talks.
Oh yeah. Right, bud. We're gonna go ahead and get with John here. I'm sure he's been waiting for a bit. So
I'm sure he has. He's like this long-witted Moore feller. He needs to get out of there.
Okay. Right on.
All right, catch y'all later.
Right
Y'all have a good night.
Problem. You too. This one. This is where we need John. Hello.
Hey, I got you.
Hey, John.
How are you?
That was some excellent strategy, and you had a lot of help from other drivers with speeding penalties and finding their own misfortune to make your way into third position. But just tell us about how your night went overall tonight, John.
Yeah, overall it's pretty good. Yeah, I kind of got myself slotted into fourth, fifth, sixth for the whole night.
Yes.
That first run, I should have stayed a lot closer. I never thought wasn't sure how the gas was going to work out, so I slowed up a little bit, and that first group got away. Then I never had drafting help the last 3 segments basically. So they just kept pulling away. So that was the end of the race. So I thought, oh, run smooth, don't screw up in the pits like a lot of guys did, and finish where I finished.
Excuse me, John. You you seem to have consistent pace, I would say, John. Uh, you had about like you said, a top six, top five truck. Um, you were in some battles early on. You had a whole truck of, excuse me, a whole train of trucks with you. At one point, you were the head uh, leader of that train of trucks. How was it uh, in the draft and everything, trying to pass people, John?
I found it okay. I mean, the draft did play a big part of it. Like I said, the first two guys, once you notice, they hooked up those last two 15 lap segments. They were able to pull on me easy running by myself. For that first part of the race, yeah, I think there was 4 or 5 of us kind of running in the same idea, just saving our gas, saving tires. We weren't sure how it was going to go, but that's when we made the mistake. We should have stayed up close to them, and then we might have had a shot later at the end. But he's got too much distance on us after that first pit stop.
Yes, sir, indeed. Um, Next week is the Roval. Are you going to be able to participate next week at the Roval?
Well, the road courses aren't my favorite, but I can actually drive that one not too bad. So I'm going to try to make it out here. I think you guys are in the playoff. I'm kind of an outsider coming in and playing a little bit.
John, just come just get the track time. That's all that really. It's all for fun, man. That's what this is all for, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think you guys are in the playoffs. I won't mess with anybody too much, but I like coming in and spoiling a few spots, so it's kind of fun.
Oh, yes. We always love the spoilers. John, you got anything else you'd like to add about tonight, or maybe give some shout-outs?
Well, I'll give a shout out to you guys and BNR, and putting on the broadcast and everything. Good win, Jacob, I think tonight. They ran a good race up front, him and Brandon, and yeah, we'll see you guys next time we come out.
Right on,
All
John.
right, John. Thanks for talking to us, and congratulations on that excellent run tonight, John.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll catch you later.
Yes, sir. All right, well, you know what to do.
Well, what an excellent race here at Pocono we had for the BNR Truck Series. Next week we have the Roval. I'm sure we're not going to go caution-free there. But 60 laps completed here today, Pocono caution-free. It turned into an absolute interesting and head-scratching race for some. And others, it was just disappointing, but others tremendously joy. I thought it was a great race, Brian. But for myself, William Roberts, Brian Huntley, we would like to thank everybody for tuning in. And good night. And